both have lamps.
Okay, we are live.
Hi, everybody.
Yay!
Hello.
Welcome to the live show for Paradise Club. I don't even know how many people are on. I'm not.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention either. Maybe give it a little.
Yeah.
Like a minute or two?
Yeah.
We'll give it a little minute.
So if people join, do you see them talking on the side? Like
Yes, where it says comments.
Yeah, you'll see it actually on your YouTube if you open your YouTube on your phone.
Oh, okay.
You'll see it. Like I hear it there.
Cool.
And then make sure you put your volume all the way down.
Yeah.
So that we don't hear it echo.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hi, David. Hi,
hey.
Amanda. Hi, Crystal.
I'm here.
So we're just going to give it a few more minutes to see if more people jump on, and then we will start discussing.
Yes. And I guess as everyone comes in, whoever wants to chat, just write down your star rating in the chat.
Yeah.
You know, for everybody that's going to pop on.
I don't remember what I gave it. I think it was a 3.
I keep seeing a lot of 3 stars. I'm interested in knowing why.
Were you higher?
Yes.
I was lower, actually.
Crystal!
Well, Marcy loves everything. That's
I do.
I do remember.
I do. And I always say, I'm like, if you can write, you know, whatever it is, a little novella. I mean, there's books that I'm disappointed with, but anybody that can write, I admire them so much because I can't even write my description box sometimes.
I have a bone to pick with this book, but we'll leave it for later.
Ooh.
We'll get to it. Now watch, by the end of the live, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm bringing this down to 3 stars.
I feel like it's really hard for me to rate books with stars.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just panic and I'm like, I don't know, 3. And if it's a 5, like that has to be like really, really good to be a 5.
Yes.
So,
you know,
and I think too, you know, everyone's different in their ratings, but also I'm not going to rate something like this the same as I would rate like a classic book or like a fantasy book. Like it's all very relative.
Yeah, it's like a different scale of rating.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. For me, I give a book 5 stars if it makes me cry. And this book made me cry. So when I read it and having all those emotions in me, I was like, 5 stars, yes, because it made me really like cry. So we'll see. Once we start talking about it and stuff, then maybe it'll go down. I don't know. Carla gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, and on my scale, 3 stars is not bad.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out where you cried.
At the end.
At the end.
I did. I'm such a sucker. Like, you know what's fun? You know, we'll talk about it when we get more because I will just start. Bleh.
It's very Pirates of the Caribbean-esque at the end.
Yes. It was kind of weird, but
it was a little weird. Yep.
Yeah. So we are going to start off with introducing everybody. Everybody's going to introduce themselves. And then in your introduction, besides the star rating that you gave this book, I want to hear what your favorite book of all time is. And I know that's very hard to do, especially on the spot, but we're going to try our very best. And at the most, you can give me your 2 favorite books. And then in the comments, everybody put your favorite books as well. So we'll start with Carol.
Marcy, I need to take these pills that we were talking about now. Okay, I gave this 3 stars, which is a good rating in my book. But like, if I were, like I just mentioned, if I were putting it up against like a Stephen King horror or like something that's not like a slasher horror, it would be lower. But it was fun, so 3 stars. Favorite books. Okay, my favorite classic is Wuthering Heights.
Okay.
And okay, my favorite Stephen King is It. And then I'll just pick those.
Okay. That's good. That's good. And then tell us a little bit about your channel, what you read.
I read a little bit of everything, a lot of horror lately. But I'm big into like Robin Hobb and fantasy also, and mystery thrillers. And yeah, I just post when I can and just read as much as I can.
There you go. That's the way to do it. All right, now with Crystal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Crystal Visions, and I guess I gave this book a 2-star rating. At first, I gave it a 3, and then I sat on it and I changed it lower to a 2. My favorite book of all time, I would say, is Pet Sematary, because that book actually made me feel every emotion, like just every emotion, and it kind of opened the doorway for me into Stephen King, who is my favorite author. But I also love Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. That's one of my favorite books of all time as well. My channel, I kind of just read a lot of horror. That's what I really go to genre-wise, but in the wintertime, I like fantasy, and sometimes my mood is romance. Like, it depends on like what I'm in the mood for, but mostly horror.
Nice. All right, Mandy.
Hi, I'm Amanda from Mandy's Morgue of Horror. I rated this book 3 stars. And my favorite book of all time, that's a really hard question. I've been panicking this whole time. Trying to think. Oh God, I don't know. I would say, like, I want to say it's between it and Salem's Lot, I think. Those
Nice.
two. Yeah.
Nice. And a little bit about your channel, what you read.
Oh, yeah. I read mostly horror and thriller. And I have a problem with buying books, as you can tell. Like, these are all books that I haven't read, and it's just ridiculous. It's just getting worse. So
I love that cart. It's so like festive.
Yeah.
Horror.
And yeah, I also watch a lot of horror movies and talk about those too. So if you're into that sort of thing.
Nice. Yeah, I love that you like encompass all of horror instead of just like reading. I love that so much, because you have room to grow for that. Okay, so let's see what everybody is giving it. So Too Fond of Books gave it 4 stars. Amanda gave it 2 stars. Hey everyone. Hey Anissa, Kelly. Hey Tali. We have Spooky Spice. Oh, I like that name.
Yeah.
4 or 5 stars for pacing and immersion, so 4 stars. And Kelly Hooked on Books gave it 4 stars. That is awesome. So I'm Marcy from Marcy Reads. You're on my channel right now. If you're new, welcome. I usually read a little bit of everything. You know, where my mood takes me is where I go, but I usually end up reaching for horror the majority of the time. My second favorite love is fantasy, especially YA fantasy. I am a sucker for, like, I'm all about like that little teenager angst and all that stuff. And I love it. And then I gave this book back in January 5 stars because it gave me all the feels towards the end. And my favorite book of all time, which I don't know why I asked this because I don't even have my answer ready, but I think it's crazy. I'm always in between I Am Legend by Richard Matheson or The Rust Maidens by Gwendolyn Kiss. And I think I would have to go with The Rust Maidens because I loved that book so much. And I try to reread it once a year. I haven't this year yet, but I try to reread it once a year because it's so good. It's so weird. It would be great for the Stacks of Strange book club.
Yeah. I just read Sunset and Feathers by her. You should read that one.
Yeah, I have that. It's been sitting here. I pre-ordered that one and I still haven't read it, but I just love all her writing.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the book. Okay, so let's hear thoughts. We are going to go straight into spoilers just because like I'm assuming that everybody that's here has read it already. If you haven't,
and it's a short book too. So
it's super short. So if you haven't read it yet, maybe come back after you finish it, and I will have this up on my channel afterwards, so you guys could always come back to watch it. So let's talk about thoughts. And as we're doing this, you guys put in the comments all your thoughts and how you felt about the book. Let's start with Crystal once again. Oh, sorry. Crystal. Yeah, Crystal.
All right. My thoughts. I actually really enjoyed the beginning of this book. I was like, I'm really enjoying the concept, but I just all of a sudden all those characters started getting thrown in, and I just thought it was too many characters, point of views to follow, and it kind of just lost me midway. So I just found myself kind of like skimming. And yes, there was a lot of like brutal parts. I think I found out a lot about myself as a reader reading this, that I love watching slasher movies, but I don't love reading slashers in books as much. I like seeing the visuals than actually reading it on the paper. But it just took a really weird turn, I have to say.
Yeah, it definitely does take a weird turn. And what I was going to say earlier is that when this turn, when the whole like Cthulhu-like thing springs up on us, that's something I usually do not like in my books. I don't tend to gravitate towards those. So when I saw that coming on, I was like, oh, where's this going? Because I love a good slasher, like opposed to Crystal. I love slasher books. They're what get my heart pumping. But when it took this turn, I was like, wait, where are we going? But I like how it ended. So that's what gave me that up.
Yeah. It was really good. The ending is really good.
I forgot the ending. Like, what?
Well,
I can't remember.
I mean, Elliot had like he turned into the thing. Like he turned into
and
it.
didn't he like sacrifice himself or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
that was a nice ending.
That part to me, when the wife and the kid are standing there and they're looking at their dad, and the dad is looking back, and like he knows, like he's never gonna see them again. I'm like, what? No. My Virgo heart just could not handle that at all. At all. Carol, what did you think?
I totally agree about like too many characters. I think I would have preferred if we didn't have the second or the other point of view of that. Was it Brian or Brad? I don't remember his name.
I can't remember.
I think I would have rather stayed with just the family members and then had them interacting with other characters, and that's how we learned about the other characters. And then, the weird turn, which I don't think there's anything that alludes to that in the synopsis, but then again, like how this book was written, I don't know if that would be possible. But it just, I think maybe if I knew there was going to be some kind of supernatural thing, it wouldn't have thrown me off like it did. But too many characters, but I did like the gore and the slasher aspects were fun. Like, the people dressing up like clowns or like the samurai or whatever, like these people are out there.
Vikings.
Like that was a fun aspect. But it was just eventually it's just so much back and forth between different characters. And then like when you have so many characters and then they just constantly getting killed off, I don't know. Like I said, I think I would just prefer to focus on like Elliot, his wife, and then the kids. Maybe they each had their own perspective or something, and then we saw it from their point of view instead of like adding all these other characters just to kill them.
Right. Mandy.
Yeah, I agree. I thought there were too many different perspectives. I do wish that they would have focused mostly on the family because that's who I cared the most about. But I feel like the wife kind of got the shit end of the stick. Like she's just kind of pushed to the side for most of it. And I was like, where'd she go?
Yeah, where is she?
Yeah. So I didn't like that. And I thought for being an FBI agent who has like supposedly taken down all these like really bad criminals, he's kind of like, he seems pretty inept throughout the story, in my opinion. And I don't like how he just like, he just kind of jumped out the window and left his wife alone. I was like, dude,
yeah, he's like, peace.
Yeah. I was like, no, why are you doing that? So, but I love the gore. I thought there was some, the fingernail scene.
Yes.
Like made me squirm.
Okay. You guys need to remind me about that fingernail scene because I don't remember specifically what happens.
If I'm remembering correctly, the FBI agent guy, he has one of the like cleaner guys or one of the bad guys, and he's trying to get information about his wife, and he starts biting off his fingernails.
Yeah.
That was gross.
But you know what? It gave you that impact it was going for.
Yeah. That was really hard to read.
Let's see what some of the people are saying. It was fast paced and lots of action, good until it just got weird. Yes, I think that's the general feeling with it. The
I think
twist
if
at
we
the
all
end.
read the author's note beforehand, I feel like it would have been so much more fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I like the author's note, but I'm like, oh, I wish I was a Patreon to understand why he wrote it like this.
Exactly.
It would have been fun to participate, to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm sure that, like they said, if we'd known ahead of the time, it was like choose your own adventure. I feel like those people are probably really proud of what they did and came up with. And I feel like, you know how Stephen King sometimes has those like before, especially in his reprints of books, where it says like before, take this into consideration when you're reading this edition or whatever. If we would have had that at the beginning, it would have had a little bit more impact than at the end of the book. But I don't know. Does he give, I can't remember exactly what he says. Does he give any kind of creature vibes or anything in that portion of the book? Does he talk about that? Because maybe he didn't want to spoil any of that.
That's what I'm thinking, is he was trying to keep like the shock factor of like, because I'm sure there's people out there who would read this and be like, this is awesome. Like, I wasn't expecting this. I can't remember if he mentions it.
Okay.
I think it could have been better. I just feel like it just happened so like quickly. The shift, it's just like I wish that there was more of a build up towards it. So it just threw me off too much.
Thrown off by the switch to sea creatures at the end. I think this would be a fun horror movie. Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I think it will appeal a lot to the people that love like that Cthulhu kind of reading. What is that called? I always forget what it's called. Yes, there we go. That gore and killing was amped up to 100%, but then the ending feels very rushed and just finishes. The family could have each had their choice to the family could have each had their choose your own adventure instead of everyone else. Oh, okay, yeah. And Tali says she loved it. I did too. I really did love it, especially that beginning part where they unleash everybody and everybody's like, oh my gosh, and they're running through like the halls. The kids are separated. I'm like, why are they separated? Why?
No, why are you going on a vacation where they tell you you can't have your cell phones?
No, I'm sorry.
I'd be like,
I know.
Yeah, it tells you something right there, because you can't have communication with the outside world. I mean, maybe like let them keep the phones, but block out all kind of like Wi-Fi and all that.
Yeah.
But that right there made it suspicious. I would have been there like, we are leaving, goodbye.
Right. Like, I don't need Instagram on my vacation, but like if there's an emergency, like that's what I would have been worried about.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, have none of these people seen a horror movie before?
right. I think we're just like so desensitized.
Yeah. So let's do a little. It was like, I already showed that. If you could have your own ending to this book, what would it like? If you would have been in that process, what would you have chosen for the direction of the book?
Are we assuming that we have the sea creatures?
Maybe not, because you guys don't seem to like the sea creatures. So maybe not. I don't know if that was like like something that he wanted to have in the book and he just told them, okay, this, or if it was something that the people chose.
Right. I don't know if he gave them like, okay, A, B, C, or D, and then they chose that. Or
I think that's what he did, was the A, B, C, or D.
I think so too. But
let's say with the creatures. Let's say we have the creatures in the story. What would be your ending?
I think it would have been cool if they like kind of had the reveal like this is like a part of a bigger thing, like a bit like the whole world is watching this happen right now.
Ooh.
Like the TV show, like Hunger Games style. Because there's really no escape. Like, where do you go from there if everybody wants you dead?
Right.
Or like how they want to open this world or whatever. It's like part of a bigger thing than just like this guy who has a bunch of money and wants to do it. Like maybe it's like, I don't know, like a government entity or something, or like it's much larger than just this weird dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they explained that more. Like, where did like yeah, I don't even remember much about him. I just know that he had a lot of money and he was a criminal and
The one that orchestrated everything?
Yeah, but that's the thing, like with it being so short and it being like you choose what happens next, it's like he wouldn't have been able to explain how we get there without I mean, like, because it would have just happened. He wouldn't have had that forethought to like plan it out.
Right. Crystal, any ending thoughts?
I mean, I kind of like the ending, like the sea creature thing, but maybe if there were more hints of it in the beginning, like this like spooky island that's known for their creepy sea creature or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then I feel like if the story played out in a different way, then it would have been a little bit more enjoyable for me. So it's not really
like
like the ending.
There for like, I don't know what you call like a safari on the water, but like maybe
how like you go to like somewhere to see a haunted house, like, oh, this island is known for its like haunted squid thing, you know?
Right, or like this very rare species or something.
Yeah.
And it turns into like some evil entity in another dimension or whatever.
Yeah. And you can't have your cell phone because it'll snatch it right out of your hands or something.
It interferes with their like sonar or something.
Their brainwaves, or they're attracted to the waves and stuff.
Look, if I showed up somewhere and they were telling me that shit, I'd be like, bye.
I
know.
Same. Yeah. Who was y'all's favorite character in the whole book? Let's start with Carol.
Ooh. Hold on, let me look at my notes because I had to write down who was who.
I
know there were so many characters.
Yeah, there were.
I did like Anne because I liked her backstory and how she had experienced this before.
Yeah.
But like I think her name was Mindy, if I got him right. But she like went there and left her husband and her birds, and she kept being worried about like getting back to her husband and her birds. That was sad. But yeah, I liked Anne because I wanted to know like, okay, how are you surviving Vermont or whatever, or New Hampshire, wherever it was, and then they let you come back to the second one?
That's exactly like, wouldn't they be like watching? Didn't they have like cameras watching everything, and they didn't see her just like come onto the scene?
Yeah.
Well, eventually, didn't they know they knew she was there?
Did they? Okay.
I think so.
I think maybe like it's like, okay, she wins this first one or whatever, and then she signs a non-disclosure, which is stupid, or what, because they trust that. And then so if they let her back, they could just kill her, and then they don't have to worry about her letting the secret out.
Right. When you mentioned Mindy, it made me think. So Mindy is actually a real person. It is Galsy33 on Bookstagram. You guys know Mindy?
Oh.
So it was funny because I'm on a chat with her and I'm letting like everybody know, hey, if you guys have, because they were talking about Paradise Club, and I'm like, hey, we have like a live in 15 minutes. And she's like, have you gotten to my chapter yet? And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, I read this like in January, so I can't remember. She's like, yeah, it's the chapter called Mindy. I was like, and Mindy has birds. She loves birds. So I just thought that was such a cute touch.
So funny.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
I just hate this book. I thought I think it's fun. It just didn't go places that I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
Right. So Crystal, who was your favorite character?
I mean,
no,
there's so many. I don't know. No, honestly, I don't hate the book at all. It's just like, Amanda said, it's just not like how it played out. But ultimately, I liked Elliot. As stupid as he was in the beginning, like at the end, how he sacrificed himself for his family, I just was like, what a good guy, And like
after leaving his wife there.
After leaving.
Least he could do.
Okay, well, like he tried. So like but I felt the most connected to him and his character because I feel like we followed him the most from the beginning to the end. So
right. Yeah. Mandy?
I really did like Anne. I thought her backstory was really cool. I liked how she was a badass. And she was kind of taking charge and leading the way for Elliot. I thought that was really cool. I also really liked the teenage kids, like the daughter and the son, who I thought I wasn't going to like in the beginning. But then I was like, okay, they're like real, actual teenagers. And I like how they act, like at first they were, you know, bickering like teenage siblings do, and then they were just really sweet with each other, and I really liked them, and I wanted to see them survive. And
Yeah.
the sister died, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I liked the kids too, but I loved Elliot. I really did, even though, you know, again, he made those stupid decisions. Like, I think my husband would have like gone out there instead of them catching me, that he would have gone out there and been like, hey, no, nobody's touching my wife. So that was kind of weird when he does that. He was like, oh, okay. But I think he had it in his mind that he was the more capable one to help everybody because of the position that he had than anybody else. But still, that was kind of messed up. But I did like Elliot a lot. And the sister, when everything was going on, she's like, I need to find my brother because they had separated. I found that part super, super cute.
Yeah.
Let's see. They say, I like the younger brother. I know he was, my favorite scene. Let's talk about favorite scenes is, you know, at the beginning with those teenage boys that are like looking at Elliot's daughter and he's just, you know, they disrespect him to his face. Like, I would never disrespect a parent at that age, you know, especially an overprotective dad like him. And I just loved when they got them their shit served to them by these damn killers. I was like, yes.
No, because of their like cockiness, like the way that they were acting, I started thinking that this was like a whole big ploy by like a drug cartel or mafia or something to get back at Elliot. They're gonna bring him to this island and like kill or torture him and his family. I thought everyone was like in on it, and because there's one point in the book, which is probably one of those things where like the author was thinking he was going to take it somewhere and had to go somewhere else because of the votes. But at one point, Elliot says like he thinks he recognizes someone, and I'm like, oh, is probably someone related to somebody he put behind bars or killed or related to some crime thing. And I was thinking it was like this big thing just to get Elliot.
I thought the same exact thing. And I thought Anne was there to kill him.
Yeah.
Same.
She's like, I'm here to kill the guy who stole my eye. And I was like, maybe she was like one of his criminals. That's
what I was thinking. He took her eye, like in like a crime fight or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever, That's what I was
thinking. I never expected any of that. Like, y'all are coming up with all this, and I'm like, wow.
But you can kind of see that he was, like, the author was building it up and, like, having different directions to go. Like, you looking back on it, you could see all the directions he picked, you know, to kind of line up for himself. So.
Right. So if you would have had a vote in this, in these two choices, to have a longer book without the sea creatures, or let's see, what else could it be? A longer book without the sea creatures, or the sea creatures with maybe a different ending like we talked about earlier.
I kind of found it to start getting a little repetitive towards the end. So I was ready for it to end because I didn't like where it was going. And then when they had that reveal, so I wouldn't want a longer book. I just wish, I don't know. I just feel like they could have done things differently. I don't like the sea creatures, but I don't know what I would do.
If we're going to do, for slashers, for me personally, the shorter the better.
Yeah.
Because it does start to get really repetitive. And like even if it's like good writing or like gore and everything and creatively killing people, like it still gets to the point where it's like, okay, let's move on.
Right.
So I'd rather just keep the short book with the weird ass creatures.
Okay.
I feel the same way. So there's just so many ways you can kill people, you know, like it gets repetitive.
Yeah.
So, and you're not visually seeing it like in a movie. You're like, oh shit, that guy's head just got, you know, like it's a little different for me. But I kind of like talking about it. I like the sea creatures now.
Like now that like I'm thinking about it, how it would be cool to participate in the voting, and I'm sitting here thinking like I would pick the most random option. Like I would pick the dumbest shit
just to see what he does, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he did. They made him pick the weirdest option, and he worked it out.
Other options against the sea creatures were.
Yeah,
like, I know. What were the choices? But I probably would have picked the same. I would have picked the weirdest stuff. for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did great. That was my first Tim Mayer. Have you guys read anything else by him?
No.
No. So I'm currently reading. That was my first from him, and I have like 3 of his other books, but I'm currently in the middle of Malignant Summer. And I really, really like his writing because it just keeps me super engaged.
Mm-hmm. He is a very great writer. I liked his writing a lot.
Yes, very great. And for him to come up with something like this that somebody else was driving or other people were driving, I thought that was fantastic.
Pretty creative.
I felt like this was kind of very cinematic in a way.
Yeah. Okay.
It felt like a movie playing out. So I do like his writing style.
Yeah. Yeah. His Malignant Summer is the same thing. It's very engaging, very like dark and with like supernatural things in it.
What's it about?
It's so far, well, there's like this big like hunt game one night that these like high school kids do. But apparently in the middle of like prepping for this, they end up going to like leave the clues the kids the day before. And there's like this entity in a cemetery, and she starts taking over the people and like giving them like some kind of disease. So there's people dying and there's like a whole thing. But this book, I don't even know where is it. I have it somewhere, but it is a thick one. So that's why it made me think like longer books from him or shorter books. But it's a really big chunker.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
It does sound good.
The cover is sick. I don't know where I put it. Oh, well, it's somewhere. So do you guys plan on reading more from Tim Mayer?
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably. Whichever way the wind blows, whatever.
Are there any other points that you guys want to talk about with the book?
I wish we got to see. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I wish we got to see more of the villains because I did like that. I thought they were really cool. The clowns.
Yes.
Really
the clowns.
The clowns were amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
So yeah, that would have been fun. Like why, you know, I want to say like why dress up, but also like why go to an island and slaughter people? So
yeah.
I'm wondering if they did the whole costume part of it because so that we can differentiate between like the regular people and the killers.
Yes. But I also like that you also couldn't really trust if like the regular people were really regular people or if they were just like pretending.
Okay.
And then I think there was that one person that was normal and then decided to just start killing people too.
I feel at home here. Let's kill.
Yeah, didn't that person say something like, "No, I'm normal. I'm just trying to survive" or something?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Was that true? I don't know.
I don't know, but it would take a lot for me. Like this happened in like a matter of hours. I wouldn't that quickly switch over to be like, okay, I'm gonna just start killing people now.
Yeah,
in like an hour.
Yeah, maybe it was something that was like festering in him for a while. Let's see what everyone is saying. Late arrival because I literally forgot what day it is today. Same. Thank God I remembered because. An overall 3-star read for me with 4-star action sequences. Very, very true.
The action was really good.
It was. And I think that's the part for me that I love about slashers is that heart pumping, like, you know, where's the killer? And there were so many in here that I would have hid somewhere until the end of everything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, David. The villains were the coolest part. They felt like video game classes. I was surprised we only got to see like 5 types of people.
That's what I felt like that too. It felt very much like a video game at times. Just how it's like you're leveling up with each villain that comes out and like they're like a new boss that you have to defeat.
Yeah.
So I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. See, I didn't get those vibes. That's why I love looking at other people's perspectives because I didn't get those vibes of that. Now, would you guys read more slasher books? I know that Crystal said she likes more of movies when it comes to slashers, but would you read another slasher novel?
So here's the thing. I haven't read a ton of slasher books and I need recommendations.
Oh, girl. No, I'm you.
She's your girl for that, for sure.
Have you read
River?
these? The
I
Kill
just-
River?
I just said that.
What is it? Kill River?
Kill
Yeah.
River is 1, 2, and 3. I haven't read the third one yet, but
Me neither.
Those
Get
I want
at
to
it.
read. Those I definitely want to read. Those I
the
definitely wanna
first
read.
one is, I mean, the first, I like the second one too, but the first one is fire. And I'm telling you, I was like reading this and I was like, my heart was pumping.
Oh, I have that. I have that on my TBR. So is it like, are they all connected or are they different stories?
So yeah, the first two are connected,
Okay.
which I was kind of like weirded about the second one because I was like, damn, how much more can we get, with the same killer? But this all takes place in a water park. And that's like my favorite thing because I love water parks. They're like my weakness. So this one, it just had all those like summer
Yeah.
water park
Nice.
vibes.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
have to get that sooner than later.
Yes, you do.
It's a good one for sure.
Yeah. Any other slasher novels?
I've read Cirque Berserk
I
by
haven't read that one.
Jessica Guess. I really liked that one. I thought it was really fun.
It's been on my TBR for a really long time, and especially since I believe it's on Kindle Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
I've been
can read
wanting to. I've been
Is
wanting
that like
to
a
read that
Killer
one.
Clowns type of like like I like I want like a Killer Clown slasher book to read. Like that's what I'm
they're
looking
at they're at like an amusement park,
for. Okay.
and there's a twist on it. Like I don't want to say too much,
Okay.
but I like the perspective that it gives. It's
Okay.
so much fun, and it's 80. It takes place in the 80s.
Oh,
And
I'm
there's
sold.
Like 80.
I'm sold.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I really like that one.
I've gotten so hyped on Kill River. I feel like slashers are usually disappointing for me, even though Giallo is my favorite movie subgenre. Oh, yeah. So I feel like there has to be a winner in there. Yeah, the Kill River one is really, really good. And I think that he, I haven't read this one yet, these two yet, but he also has Disco Death Trap. And it's also set in the 80s. And this one is set in this series is set in 1983. So they're all like 80s slasher kind of ones. And then he also has golf. I can never say that. Golf curse. Oh gosh. This one. And it's supposed to be a slasher one as well. And I think this one maybe, yes, it's in the 80s as well. So he writes a lot of 80s kind of novels.
I'm pretty sure he also does the art for Cameron Chaney's work.
Oh,
Is that right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah, he does. I forgot about that.
I've had The Last Final Girl on my TBR for a while.
The new Grady Hendrix is.
That's my next read.
Oh, okay. So this is.
Don't say anything bad.
I'm just gonna say that it's good.
I'm so excited
you-
for it.
Yeah, it's good, and it's got
Okay,
classic
good.
elements, so it's good.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
I don't like to read too many reviews before I read a book
Me
because
too.
I feel like it like warps my thought
Same.
process.
Yeah,
So
it does.
sorry,
I don't
Especially
read
anticipated ones too. Like
yeah, I
it's-
don't read them until after the book and after I write my own review because I feel like sometimes maybe I might like copy somebody else and their feelings when I wasn't even feeling that.
Right. It does. It happens.
Yeah.
how do we feel about Riley Sager? Because I've only read one book by him and I didn't like it.
Which one did you
Which
read?
one?
Lock Every Door.
Okay.
Try
I
again.
kind of like that one.
If
but
I
he's
could
very,
recommend one by him, it would be the wait, where is it? The one that's in the like the summer camp kind. Is that
Last time I lied.
Last Time I
Oh,
Lied.
okay.
Did you guys like that one?
Yes.
I like
Okay.
that one.
That's one
I
of
like
my
that
favorite
one.
ones, and it has this summery camp vibe thing. So try that
Yeah.
one.
I
Home
have
Before Dark is solid.
I
haven't read
I
that
love
one
it. I love
I've
that
been
one.
wanting to read that one, but I was like, Lock Every Door pissed me off. And I was like, I have to be in the mood to read his next one.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
It's
Survive
not
the
like
Night
really
kind
like Lock Every Door is kind of like different than his other books. I feel.
Okay.
Yes, I
the
agree.
formula is different.
I agree.
Okay.
So.
I agree.
Survive the Night sounds really good though.
I have an
Yeah.
arc of that one and I need to read it. The only one that I have not read besides Survive the Night is Home Before Dark. I haven't read that one yet. But funny that Lock Every Door, I didn't love it. It's probably my least favorite of his, but I wasn't too bothered by it. I thought it was like pretty interesting, although
So I think my problem is it was kind of hyped up as being like Rosemary's Baby. And it's not Rosemary's Baby. So like I think that ruined it for me.
That's what he does is he takes, you know, like he loves horror so much. You know, CJ Tudor kind of does the same thing. Like they take
they draw inspiration
from a long time ago. Yeah, and make it their own. So like he even dedicated Lock Every Door to Ira Levin. So
I didn't realize
that's why I tell people like before they read it, I'm like, don't read the dedication because then I think you can kind of like figure out the mystery of Lock Every Door. And but Home Before Dark is very Amityville horror, and I just love that. So
I love that.
That
was really good.
Yeah, he's just super into horror. Like he streams like watching horror movies live like every week and stuff. Yeah.
Don't you know him, Crystal? Was it
he lives in New Jersey. Yeah, he lives in New Jersey. So I was on one of his lives for like Abby on Crime by the Book, and we were chatting, and then we put together that we only live like 20 minutes away from each other.
Oh,
I was like, so I'll see you at Barnes and Noble.
How cool!
Isn't that so funny? Yeah. So
I think
he's really cool though.
I feel like I saw Paul Tremblay once at Whole Foods.
But
I was too afraid to say anything. I was like, I don't know if that's him. So, but it looked like him.
You should have been like Paul, and just like looked around and then he turned around.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Paul, and then you're just like. Let's see what people. Yes, very true. If you're gonna read The Last Time I Lied, you have to do it during summer. Yes. It gives you all those vibes. Yeah, My Heart Is a Chainsaw was pretty fun slasher. It had really cool cinematic like visuals.
I'm so excited for that one.
Yeah.
You know what?
I just finished it.
Look,
you finished
I have an arc, but I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Do you? You know,
his writing is weird.
It is. It's confusing. I don't know. I don't vibe with it too well. I read Mongrels. Are we talking about the same author? Because I couldn't stick my foot in my mouth. Okay. So I read Mongrels and I was so excited for it, but I was so confused. And then I've heard people saying that his writing is the same across all books. And I'm just like not interested.
Yeah. I read The Only Good Indians and it was like middle of the road.
I mean, that one. I haven't read it.
I'm gonna forget, but like it was weird. And then I read Night of the Mannequins and that was 5 stars.
I love Night of the Mannequins.
That one.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm nervous about My Heart Is a Chainsaw because that's a full-length novel, and I wonder if I just mesh better with his novellas, but we'll see.
Maybe.
I will say it's worth the read, but you have to put in the time.
Which one? My Heart Is a Chainsaw?
Mm-hmm.
That's how
I just finished it.
That's how I felt with The Only Good Indians, because when I started that
book,
I was like, what the fuck? Like, am I dumb? Like, I had to read things so many times. I had no idea what was going on. But then once like stuff started getting going with like the first half of that book, I loved it. And then where it goes, I didn't really like it. Like there's a whole basketball game that I wasn't into and I was skimming through. But it was still creepy. I really like his writing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to try more. I actually had an arc of The Only Good Idiots. What? The Only Good Indians. And I still haven't read it. And so I don't know. I'm like kind of like, ooh. My Heart Is a Chainsaw.
So much to read.
I know. And I don't like being confused. Like I was reading The Reddening. Carol, this is the one I was saying that I was reading for the Strange-a-thon that I was like DNFing. I'm reading The Reddening and it's just so confusing to me that it just takes away anything that might clear my head of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, no, I'm done. Has anybody read The Reddening here?
No.
That's Adam Neville, right?
Yes, and it gets super hyped, so I'm putting it down for now because it was just too confusing.
I wanted to read his other one, No One Gets Out Alive. I think everyone says it's so good.
Maybe
that one sounds really good.
Yeah,
I think Jordaline Reeds hyped that one up.
Yeah,
so I really want to read it.
She does like him. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to like give up on the book yet because I'm interested to see where it's finishing, but I just had so much like mental like blockage that I was like, I need a break. I cannot keep going. Cool. Let's see.
Do you want to say hello to Barlow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I wish we could grab them from the screen. So cute. Mine are downstairs. I couldn't pick mine up.
Yeah,
So
mine's
if you hear any weird
downstairs.
noises, it's him like making his little gremlin noises that he
He's
makes.
so cute. So is he a Shih Tzu or what is he?
He's a Shih
He's so
Tzu.
cute. I love Shih Tzus.
Is he Barlow because of Salem's Lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started Salem's Lot 2 years ago, and I haven't finished yet.
It's
What?
It's hard. Like
Yeah.
I know that there were some parts where it kind of drags, but then there's some parts where it's just amazing. And
Yeah,
it's so scary.
yeah. There was some scenes that I liked. I can't even remember how far into it I am, but I am determined to finish that book this year because
Stephen King, he does such a great job with the atmosphere for the fall in that book. Like you just feel like the leaves crinkling outside.
Yeah.
Like you just feel that like cold wind. Like it's just so perfect for like a vampire book.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere, you can't beat it.
And the scene, have you gotten to the scene where the friend is outside the window?
Yes, my favorite scene.
So creepy.
Iconic and my favorite.
Yeah.
How cool. Okay, anything else that we want to say about Paradise Club before we get into our future books?
I love the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cover's so
really
cool.
cool.
The colors.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's very summery.
The cover
If
is
you are
amazing.
in your hotel room and they announce the skirmish, are you moving or are you sitting still?
I'm sitting still.
I am hiding under the bed.
I'm passing out from anxiety.
You're like cracking open like the mini bar and like
Listen, we'll all get together. We'll all have knives and we just go on the book would be our Horror in 24 club. That's what it would turn into because we'll kill everybody.
That's not, like my husband is very much like if there was a zombie apocalypse, he'd be like happy. And like he's like ex-military and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so we go on this trip and they don't let us have cell phones. And I'm like walking him through this and I'm like, what do you do? And he goes into this like grand plan. I'm like, oh geez. Okay.
There you go. I believe you because my husband is ex-military as well. So he's always like, listen, if we're ever in the pickle and I tell you, you run. Don't ask questions. There is a plan. Follow me. And I'm like, yes, sir.
This is the one time you do not talk back.
Yes.
I'd like to think that I would do okay in that type of situation, but I don't know.
Well, they said there was 15 killers, right? And 600 people. So each killer has to kill 40 people?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Look, Deja's here. Hey, Deja. Okay, run that by me again. What's going on?
Each killer has to kill 40 people, technically.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone?
We would get to them before.
And like there's 600 people.
And how many of them?
Wouldn't you just gang up on those 15?
Thank you.
I think
Wait a
that
minute.
I would
This
like
math doesn't work now.
I would prefer
I'm very
zombie
confused.
apocalypse over this.
You would
Like I
prefer
think I
a
could
zombie?
handle a zombie apocalypse. Like
Actually, I would too.
they don't move fast.
True.
Like,
Actually,
we're pros
Z,
though. We're pros though with all the shows that we watch and stuff. So I mean, we got this in the bag, girls. Okay,
We got it.
they don't want to mess with us. Okay, so I guess we're finished talking about the book. We are at 49 minutes. So let's talk about future things on our channels if we have anything, and then we'll let Crystal introduce the next book, which we all know what it is, but we're gonna make it special.
Should I go now? Should I go first?
Yeah, go.
Okay. So Horror in 24, next month for July, we're reading The Elementals by Michael McDowell. And Cameron Chaney is going to join us as a guest host. So we're really excited. The live show will be on Carol's channel for that one. So everyone will know that you're following all of us on social media. But and then in August, we're doing Joyland by Stephen King because we had to throw a Stephen King in for the summer time. But if you are on our Discord, make sure that you write down in the recommendations, like future recommendations of what you guys want to read, so we could start pulling together and coming up with more stuff for you guys, because we're going to be working on the fall stuff now. So
yeah, how
really
exciting.
excited.
The fall is going to be the best.
Yeah,
I'm
we
so
need
excited.
some spooky supernatural reads for
Are we
the fall.
doing a fall Stephen King as well? Like, are we doing a Stephen King every season?
I think we should pick a Stephen King, right? I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
I think we
pick
should.
something, right?
I'd say
So
we
maybe
go
for
it.
October, like make our October read a Stephen King book.
Like Pet Cemetery? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm planning on rereading it either way.
I would reread it if we do that.
All right, so
haven't
that's our
read it.
October. What? All right,
What
so that's our
happened? What?
October read.
Who
She
hasn't
has
read
not
it?
read Pet Cemetery.
Amanda hasn't read it.
I'm very nervous because I'm like afraid I'm gonna just be an emotional wreck. So I've been putting it off.
Oh, you will. You
Yeah.
will, my Virgo sister. You will.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it because I want my soul shattered.
I'm going to listen to the audiobook either way because I'm in love
Yeah.
with Michael C. Hall. So
Oh, the audio's
yeah.
so good
Narrate
for that.
that?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's so good. Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I was already excited, but
So we have October, so we need
Yes.
September and November now.
so when is, let me see, Carol, no, Crystal, when is your birthday?
I'm January. I'm a
January.
Capricorn.
So you're picking January's book. Carol, when's your birthday?
February.
February, where you're picking February's book.
That's
That's what we're going to do.
That
We're
would
going to
be fun.
wait for her month, and then we're going to have to fight Mandy, because are you in September too, or are you August?
I'm September, yeah, September 8th.
You guys are gonna have to battle it out for September
Yes.
now.
Let's see here. I'm excited to read The Elementals. I've heard nothing but good things. Me too. I was telling Carol earlier that I'm gonna go in blind. I don't know anything about the book.
Yeah, me too.
Mandy, have you read it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going in blind too.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So
I'm really
excited.
excited that all of us haven't read it either. So
I
it's gonna
know.
be fun.
Maybe a folk or culty horror for September and November.
Ooh, that's a good
I
idea.
want to read.
Yeah,
more
go on
folklore.
Discord and recommend some books
Mhm.
for those months. Okay, so we talked about our next book. Do
Sorry
you guys
to hear
have?
my kid screaming.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't even hear him.
Me
Okay,
neither.
no.
So, do you guys have anything coming up for your channels? Anything that you're working on, or readathon? Anything? Carol, first.
Strange-a-thon is happening right now, which I'm doing, and vlogging. And I'm doing another vlog where I'm reading I have like a series on my channel where I like read books that I think are my favorite, like reread them and like
Okay.
vlog it and like pass or fail kind of if they're my favorite.
Nice.
So I'm vlogging a book for that. And I think that's it. I mean, we've got
Nice.
our stacks of strange books each month and then the Horror in 24 books each month. That's it.
Nice. Mandy, anything coming to your channel?
Just trying to stay afloat, and I think I want to try to do Summerween, which is that readathon announced by Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte, because that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to read Jaws for the first time and vlog it. So I just haven't done it yet. So
That's perfect. This is the perfect time to
Yeah.
do that.
yeah,
I want to
I'm
read Jaws too. I feel like it's a classic. You have to.
I'm trying to just smile so that you guys don't see my actual feelings about it. In my
That's what I worry about that book because like the movie's so iconic and the
Yeah.
movie like
Yeah.
it's so good and like so nostalgic and stuff. Like I feel like it's a weird story to read.
I know.
Did you read it, Carol?
Mm-mm. I have it, but I've never like
I
I
read
found
it a couple-
Jack edition.
I read it a couple years ago for the summer, And we'll talk when y'all read it. But I do have a Peter Benchley. I have The Deep that I want to read for this summer. Yeah. I really want to read that one, so we'll see.
I want to read that one and The Deep by Nick Cutter.
Oh, that's another one is it The Deep that's on mine? Yes, The Deep is on mine because I read The Truth last year.
That one's good.
Crystal, any upcoming things?
Just trying to make videos when I can. I'm so bad at putting content out, but like sometimes I'm on a roll, sometimes I'm not. I just want to read more books. I feel like I haven't had time, so I have to read more books before content comes out. Definitely want to do Summerween. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to do a vlog. I'm doing a vlog this week because I have a lot of free time this week, but we'll see.
When do you get married, Crystal?
Next August.
Oh, exciting!
Yeah,
we gotta read like a wedding. We gotta read like a wedding horror next August.
I know. Yeah.
Is there such a thing?
There is. I'm sure there is. There's a horror for everything.
Right.
But right now, like wedding planning is horror. Like that's like enough horror for me.
You can write your own book.
Yeah.
How
write my own book, exactly. Yeah, I'm excited.
Just remember, it's the marriage, not the wedding.
Right. Exactly.
And the food,
because
and the booze
Yeah. I'm Italian. We need good food.
There you go. I don't have anything special coming up either. I do want to participate in Summerween, and I'm thinking about doing my second. I did one a couple years ago. I don't know why I didn't do one last year, but I want to do another summer horror recommendations video. And yeah, just participate in Strange-a-thon that I'm doing right now, and whatever books Horror in 24 is coming out. And same, I struggle with content a lot because I'm not creative. And sometimes I see these people coming out with these great like video concepts, like Kayla. She has like the best content.
I'm like, she's so entertaining.
Do that. She's always working on something, and I'm here like, can I have like half of your creativity? Because I'm struggling.
I don't even want to brush my hair. I don't have time for that.
I feel like we should do a movie night, guys. Like, I feel like we should do like a horror movie night.
That would be
if you guys are up for it at some point. Not that it has to be a monthly thing, but like,
we should do like maybe one like each season, like for the summertime, and that would be good.
Yeah. So we could discuss that later on, see if everybody's up for it.
Oh, fun. Nice. Yeah. So let's see what it says here. Oh, Deja. Yes. I've been so burnt out with content. Like I haven't really wanted to make a horror movie night. Let's do it. Yes to movie night. Look at you, Crystal. Look at you.
Yeah.
Answer in the comments, would you guys be interested in seeing, I know we do this for Stacks of Strange and we do this every now and then, but would you guys like to see like a sprint reading night where we just sit down and read either, it doesn't have to necessarily be the book that we're reading for the month, but it could be.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys are interested in doing something like that.
We could just read all the horror,
yes,
all the time.
All the horror. Is there a book you guys are looking forward to this summer?
Too many.
In specific, besides Jaws?
Well, definitely like Grady Hendrix's new book because he's one of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
So I keep checking to see if the date changed on the release day for the book to make sure, but still July 11th. So looking forward to
what's
it.
your favorite Grady Hendrix?
My Best Friend's Exorcism.
I haven't read that one yet.
Mm-hmm.
I liked We Sold Our Souls too.
I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah.
that
was really good.
I'm going to go back to it, but I DNF'd that one.
We Sold Our Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read that one yet. Oh.
No, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires is one of my favorite books of all time.
It's really good.
Loved that one.
I think I just read it at a really good time too. It was like my first, when it came out, it was summer, and it was my first summer as a mom. So all these women like being moms and kicking ass. Like,
yeah.
I'm more than just a diaper changer.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I'm going to read My Best Friend's Exorcism and Horror Story within the next month. Deja, let me know when you start because I have My Best Friend's Exorcism here. I haven't read it yet. And I have Horror Stories. Well, I have not read that one yet either.
My Best Friend's Exorcism is great to read in the summer.
Like,
it's
oh my gosh,
perfect.
and I cried.
Like,
Marcy, you're going to cry.
Yeah.
Yep. I cried.
We know that if somebody cries, I'm for sure going to cry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. All
I'm
righty.
gonna have to
Anything
try
else?
the audiobook, because I didn't do that last time. Maybe I'll do that.
Oh, maybe I should try the audiobook. I don't know why I always thought that My Best Friend's Exorcism would be great for the fall, but now that you guys say
It's campy, it's summer horror for sure.
oh, so I'm gonna sneak it into. I was planning for the paranormal prompt for summer queen. Summer. That sounds like something I would say. How funny. Okay, cool. Does anybody else want to add anything or say anything?
I survived my first live depression.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
Nice.
It wasn't that
nice.
scary.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's a good time.
It's like hanging out. It's like hanging out and just chatting books. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. And we're so happy to have you a part of our little family.
Thank you.
We are. You fit in so perfectly.
Yes.
We missed Rain today, but she couldn't make it. She's still part of Horror in 24. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Also, I have everybody's channel linked in the description box. And so you follow everybody. The only thing I didn't add was Instagram. Let me know if you guys want me to add their Instagrams, and I will as well. Here we go. What did they say? Thank you for the live show. It was fun, even though I missed half of it. It's okay. You can go back and rewatch it, and I'll be sure to check out your channel. I think she said she had a channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Or they said. I don't know what pronouns they use. I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess that is it. We have come up to the hour. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and reading the book with us. We look forward to next month. Again, check out everybody's channel and their links. And we will see you guys next month for the Elementals.
Bye.
Bye. Don't hang up, Mandy.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, stay on. Bye, y'all.
Bye.